Good afternoon. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.net from Monday, September 6th. Hope everyone is having a nice, relaxing Labor Day weekend. Let's jump into the stock charts right now. Fantastic week for the newsletter this past week. Lots of nice plays. Market broke out nicely to the upside and slapped the bears and the shorts nicely in the face. Those that were looking for a big retrace had a rude awakening this past week. Market up 500 points over the last 3 to 4 days. Looking at the Dow 15-minute chart, the golden cross that we've been waiting for over the last week finally crossed on Thursday. And as it has many, many times over the last 2+ years, we saw at least 150-point move off that golden cross. Actually, the golden cross happened around 10,250, so we've had a 200-point upside move from that golden cross within a day and a half above the average, and just nice, nice, nice. Our 10,350 to 400 plus target on the Dow hit nicely on the nose. Looking at the 15-minute chart going into Monday, we are about to get a positive MACD cross on the 15-minute chart. Whenever we see this going into the first trading session of a new week, most of the time, 90% plus, we have a nice gap. And to back up that gap possibility, overseas markets up very, very nicely today. Asian markets, Nikkei up 2%. We've got the UK market also up big. And the reason we've been seeing this move in the markets, of course, as I've mentioned a couple of times previously, the economic data now has started to come in that's been post the European scare. We're starting to see things slowly pick up again. So that scare that we had from Europe back in May, had a month or so, 2-month impact. Everyone stopped spending. It looks like people are starting to spending again. We've got manufacturing picking up in China. We have it picking up in the US. And now we have the UK manufacturing report also showing a big uptick, which is why the FTSE is actually pushing, I believe, multi-month highs here today. All the economies that, the doomsayers were saying were toast are starting to rebound now, and we're starting to see those reports come out. And that is very good for us going into options expiration a couple of weeks from now. We've got a very, very high S&P put ratio going into options expiration in 2 weeks, so those puts are going to get wiped out, which is what we're seeing happen right now. Looking at the Dow daily chart, you can see on Friday we ended the session right at the 200-day moving average. We've got RSI breaking up nicely, and the key thing here, we had a positive MACD cross on the daily chart, and every single time we've had a positive MACD cross in the last few months, we've seen some more upside, at least for a couple of days before we saw any sort of retrace. So we're looking, all indicators are for a positive move on the market, at least Monday, possibly into Tuesday. We've got on-balance volume, stochastics, everything giving us some more upside potential. SMH made it all the way back to the 20-day exponential. Granted, our first target when we were looking at this a few days ago was 26.20, but we did get above 26 is what we were shooting for this week. And as such, you should have booked at least half gains on that SMH scalp. We've got major trend line resistance right now, about 26.25, and then above that, 26.70 to 27. So we've got a pretty big band of resistance up here. So be sure to have taken some of that SMH trade off the table. And this will be a trade if we do see a break through the $27 area, we can jump back in. We also got a positive MACD cross on the SMH on Friday. Stochastics are about to break 50. So, a lot of the indice charts are looking really, really nice right now. And we've got a lot of short sweating here. Thinking, the thinking has been that every year, I've even said it myself, September and October is very bad for the market. We possibly saw that badness in August, and we could see this market continue to move higher into options expiration before we get, our annual retrace, for lack of a better word. So, we could see some nice upside in the near term, and we're starting to see the speculative money move into plays. Friday, big win for us, HILL, which we've been patiently sitting on for the last couple of weeks. Big breakout, hit our first target almost hit our second target and is pushing that 145 to 150 area. Chart looks fantastic. Huge winner for us. Congratulations, everyone. And we're starting to see these kinds of setups break out nicely for us. NENG is another one that is set up just the same. We've got, let me scroll up here, RSI coming off an oversold position. We've got a very nice MACD that continues to build strength. Stochastics are pushing up to the 50 level, and we're starting to see our on-balance volume tick up. A break through the 20-day exponential that is a $1.57 sets this one free. And as I've said before, this is a stock that I fully expect to recover over the coming weeks and months. So this is definitely a stock that, you know, we're grabbing it down here at rock bottom prices, pretty low downside risk if you ask me, and lots of upside risk. A break of that 157 and we could easily see this one make a move to a $1.80 to $2. Another big win for us this week, EGHT, multi-year breakout on the chart here above a $1.60. We've got the Skype IPO coming, which I mentioned, along with Vonage. EGHT is a great play in that, and this is also a play on that cloud computing momentum we're seeing out there. Dell has mentioned that they are going to go looking for other plays so that they can compete in this marketplace. You know, we've got a VoIP play here, and these guys also have a cloud computing division. Very, very nice chart breakout here, and you know, this is a cash flow positive earnings stock that had a director buy 200,000 shares a week or so ago and is in the process of a major stock buyback. Very, very nice setup here. OPXT, again, charts similar to NENG. We've got RSI breaking off a base, and look here, the key, positive MACD cross. Look what NENG did, and HILL. This should get a very nice upside break on that move through a $1.50, which is where you can add to positions. Very minimal downside risk, and we've got stochastics now triggering a buy with its move up through 20. So this one looks very, very good for this upcoming week. CRXX, an old favorite of ours. We jumped into this one Friday, $1.35, $1.36. These guys have an annual meeting this week, and they're changing their stock symbol, which is usually good for an upside move as shorts, you know, naked shorts try to cover their positions. We could easily see this one trading a $1.45 to a $1.60 plus in the next couple of days. We've got RSI breaking up through 50, and again, one of the things that has been working great for us, positive MACD cross. We're about to get a positive ADX cross, and we've got stochastics about to break 50. So this one, I would be very, very surprised if we don't see this one pushing a $1.50 come Tuesday, Wednesday morning here. DSCO, love the setup here. We are about to get another big move on this one. Positive MACD cross should come tomorrow, and we've got a buy signal on stochastics. And, you know, this one easily could see 27 to 30 cent plus this week. And love the setup here. We'll be adding this one on any dips under 22.5 cents. Another trading alert play for us on Friday. Similar setup that we've seen in a lot of our plays right now. We've got a nice bottom bounce on DDSS here. We will get a positive MACD cross tomorrow, and we've got a buy signal triggering on the stochastics break over 20. Target here on a breakthrough $1 is $1.10 to $1.20 plus. And this is a stock that when it does break out, it goes pretty big, pretty quickly. This does have a lot of shorts in it, which should add to the momentum if we get some volume on it. Last but not least, I got to mention ICGN. Now we know why it's been kind of weak over the last day or so. They announced that they're going to do a reverse split in a week. So we could see some near-term downside on this one. But these biotech stocks that have been doing reverse splits after the reverse split have been doing very, very well. So it's not one I would run for the doors. They've got cash and they've got news coming at the conference in a week or so. So, you know, possible small downside risk, but reverse splits have actually been doing pretty well for a lot of these NASDAQ plays recently. So that's it for the video going into this week. And HILL would look to see this one make a continued move to a $1.49 tomorrow. NENG, OPXT, and DSCO. I think we're going to get some very nice moves on this one, and definitely look for continuation on 8 this week, and of course CRXX on the symbol change. That's it for the video. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Oh, and one quick update. I would go to the homepage, buysellshort.net. upper right corner, we've got a new feed thing so that if you put in your email address, all our articles and alerts will get sent to you each night. So nice consolidation email. So definitely go there and sign up, and I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.